They were two young brothers who looked like angels, but millions tuned in to watch these children stand trial for murder. Number 8 on our list, the case of Derek and Alex King. Derek and Alex King were born just 14 months apart. Still, the brothers barely knew each other. When Derek was 4 and Alex was 3, their parents split up. At first, both boys lived with their father, Terry King. Author Kathy Medico wrote a book about the crime.
Suddenly, Terry found himself really struggling just to work and, keep food on the table. The resources were fairly limited.
Derek was sent to live with a foster family, while Alex remained with his father in Cantonment, Florida, about 10 miles west of Pensacola. But in October 2001, when Derek was 13, his foster parents sent him back to live with Terry.
Derek has been gone for 7 years. There was no contact between them. So these are strangers. They don't know each other. And from what I understand, Derek was really lost.
Derek's father wasn't doing much better.
Terry loved his boys, tried to be a good dad. He was strict with them. I think, though, that Terry had trouble kind of relating to his kids.
On Friday, November 16th, just 3 weeks after the family was reunited, Derek and Alex ran away from home. According to the New York Times, they went to stay with 40-year-old Ricky Chavez, a friend of their father, who often took care of Alex when Terry was working. But Chavez was hiding a dark secret from his past.
As far as we know, Terry King had no way of knowing that Ricky Chavez was a convicted pedophile.
In 1984, Ricky Chavez was sentenced to 6 months in jail for lewd and lascivious assault on 2 13-year-old boys. Alex King later testified he began a sexual relationship with Chavez when Alex was 12, a claim Ricky Chavez vehemently denied in court.
His description of their relationship was that it was always platonic, non-sexual, and non-romantic.
Terry reported his sons missing to authorities. But on Sunday, November 25th, after a week with Ricky, the boys were back at home. According to Derek, the King brothers believed Terry was going to punish them for running away.
I was just afraid that once he got both of us back, he would get physical with both of us.
That night, according to their confession, Derek and Alex waited until their father fell asleep.
So we looked for a hammer, we couldn't find one. He pulled the bat out, so he hit him with the bat makes contact with his head, and he keeps hitting him with it.
I was afraid that he might wake up and see us, so I just kept on hitting him. Hit him somewhere around 10 times.
And then he smashed his face in. You could see his brains.
With Terry King dead, Derek and Alex decided to set the house on fire.
We lit the bed using a lighter with fire because it was an old house and it burned easily.
Whose idea was it to set fire?
Derek's.
According to police records, around 1:45 a.m., the brothers called Ricky Chavez from a nearby convenience store.
Ricky Chavez came and picked up the boys and took them back to his house.
On Tuesday evening, the King brothers surrendered to authorities and confessed to the murder of their father. 12-year-old Alex and 13-year-old Derek were charged as adults, making them the youngest murder defendants in Florida history. The boys pleaded not guilty. Then, a few weeks later, the brothers recanted their confessions.
Suddenly, news is that they want to change their statement. The kids were actually saying, oh, no. In fact, we were in the trunk of Ricky's car that was parked outside our residence, and Ricky went inside and killed our dad, and then set the house on fire.
On April 9, 2002, Ricky Chavez was also indicted for the murder of Terry King, which meant 2 trials for the same crime.
Circus atmosphere, tents up on the lawn, satellite trucks all over the place.
On August 30th, the jury in the Chavez trial reached a verdict.
We, the jury, find as follows, not guilty.
Chavez was acquitted. The King brothers weren't so lucky.
The jury came back with a verdict of second-degree murder, which carries a possibility of life, but not mandatory life.
But the judge threw out the guilty verdict and sent the case to mediation. Derek and Alex agreed to plead guilty to third-degree murder and arson.
We agreed to a sentence ultimately of 8 years in prison for Derek and 7 years for Alex.
The law wasn't finished with Ricky Chavez. On March 3, 2003, Chavez went on trial once again, this time for being an accessory after the fact to the murder of Terry King and tampering with evidence.
The claim was that he washed their clothes, and the clothes had evidence on them, blood spatter.
Chavez was found guilty and sentenced to 35 years in prison.
He got 35 years, and they got 7 and 8.
Alex King was released in 2008. Since gaining his freedom, Alex has attended conferences with spiritual guru Deepak Chopra.
All I can say is that I'm grateful for the opportunity to move past where I was.
Derek King completed his sentence in 2009.
I believe that the system did work. Today, Alex and Derek are really doing wonderfully well. They are both attending college, so I think only a good outcome can be expected from these two young men.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Coming up, you won't believe what this 16-year-old boy did to his best friend.
I have suffered so much because of him.
Seen any walking